A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April 2009, is this young man's birthday. Though it was 13 years ago he was given life, it is only today he will be given a name. What will the name of this young man be? Your name is... As previously mentioned, it is your birthday. A number of cakes are scattered about your room. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. You like to program computers, but you are not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore, and are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do? Your arms are in your magic chest, Poop Lord. Out of sympathy for John's perceived lack of arms, you pick up the cake for him and put it on his bed. You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. You use these for hilarious antics. You capture log them in your Silodex. You have no idea what that actually means though. There are other items in the chest. In here you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts, each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician or a cunning prankster. You are neither of these things. Among the artifacts are 2 fake arms, currently catalogued in your Silodex, 1 pair of trick handcuffs, 1 stunt sword, 1 magician's hat, 1 pair of beagle puss glasses, several smoke pellets, several blood capsules, and 1 copy of Colonel Saska's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery, and 1 copy of Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mark Cavaney. Some of this stuff might come in handy at some point. For now, you decide to just take the smoke pellets. You stow the smoke pellets on one of your capture log cards in your Silodex. You still aren't totally sure what that means, but you're starting to get the hang of the vernacular at least. You have 2 empty capture log cards remaining. You aren't totally sure if a quip is a verb copacetic with the abstractual behavioral medium in which you dwell, but you give it a try anyway. Unfortunately, you cannot access the fake arms. Their card is underneath the one that you just used to capture log the smoke pellets. You will have to use the pellets first in order to access the arms, but this is probably unadvisable, since you'd just make your room lousy with smoke. Your Silodex fetch modus is currently dictated by the logic of a stack data structure. You were never all that great with data structures, and you find the concept puzzling and mildly irritating. But, with any hope, perhaps you will advance new, more practical fetch modi for your Silodex with a little more experience. Is it even possible to get more hard-boiled than that? You really doubt it. This poster was one of your wisest purchases. There's a nice spot on the wall next to it. You've been meaning to hang another poster there soon. This note is rich with the aromas of fatherly aftershave and colognes. Beside the note is a rolled up poster. Another birthday artifact. You wonder what is printed on the poster. You'll need some way to hang it on your wall. You first place the hammer into your Silodex, but now all of your capture log cards are full. You wonder what will happen if you try to take the nails. You guess it doesn't hurt to try. You capture log 4 nails into the top card and push all the artifacts down the card. The fake arms are pushed entirely out of the deck. Oh well, they're probably completely useless anyway, but you probably don't want to do that again, unless you want to drop the smoke pellets and suffer the consequences. In any case, you now feel like you've gathered enough things to get down to business, and do some really important stuff. The next thing you do will probably be exceptionally meaningful. This is the dumbest idea you've had in weeks. Stupid, stupid, stupid! And yet, the polished surface of your desk, it beckons. You merge the top 2 cards. The hammer and nails are now capture logged on the same card and can be used together. You use the hammer and nails card in conjunction with the card beneath it. You use the hammer, nails, and poster on the blank space on the wall. It's glorious. Exactly what you wanted. The old man really came through this time.
bunny back in the box. I said, put the bunny back in the box. Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
Morgan Freeman's genteel homespun mannerisms were perfect qualities for a present residing over a crisis. Oceans rise, cities fall, hope survives. Wow. Films about impending apocalypse fascinate you. Plus, a black president? Now you've seen everything. You've marked your birthday, the 13th of April. Another day you've marked was supposed to be the arrival date for the highly touted Spur beta launch. It's been 3 days already. It's starting to become a sore subject with you. You are sick to death of cake! You've been eating it all day! And you have no intention of clogging your Silodex with it either! The cake stays put for now. You hear a notice from your computer. Someone is messaging you. You pull up to your computer. This is where you spend most of your time. You decorated your desktop with some rather handsome wallpaper, which you made yourself. You are really proud of it. Your desktop is also littered with various programming project files. You are so bad at programming, sometimes you wonder why you even bother with it. Your Pester Chum application is flashing. Someone is trying to get in touch with you. Only one of your chums is logged in. He sent you a message.
Hey, so what sort of insane loot did you rake in today?
I got a little Monsters poster. It's so awesome. I'm gonna watch it again today. The apple juice scene was so funny.
Hell, that is such a coincidence. I just found an unopened container of apple juice in my closet. It was like fucking Christmas up in here.
Okay, that's fine. But I have one question, and then a word of caution. Have you ever seen a movie called Little Monsters starring Howie Mandel and Fred Savage?
But the seal on the bottle is unbroken. Are you suggesting someone put piss in my apple juice at the factory?
All I'm saying is, don't you think Monster Howie Mandel has the power to do something as simple as reseal a bottle? Try using your brain, numbnuts.
Why did the fat kid or whoever drank it know what piss tasted like? I mean, his reaction was nigh instantaneous.
It was the 15th day in a row Howie Mandel peed in his juice.
Okay, I can accept that. Monster B-list celebrities are cunning and persistent pranksters. Also, Fred Savage has a really punchable face. But who cares about this? Let's stop talking about it. Did you get the beta yet?
No? Did you?
Man, I got 2 copies already, but I don't care. I'm not gonna play it or anything. The game sounds boring. Did you see how it got slammed in Game Bro?
Game Bro is a joke and we both know it.
Yeah, why don't you go check your mail? Maybe it's there now.
Alright. You see a view of your front yard from your window. Hanging from your tree is your tire swing. In a kid's yard, a tree without a tire swing is like a proper gentleman without a monocle. That is to say, he can hardly be considered a terribly proper gentleman at all! And there beside your driveway is the mailbox. The little red arm swingy dealy thing or whatever it's called is flipped up. What the hell is that thing even called anyway? You do not have the time for these semantics. The red flippy leather thingy means that you got new mail, and that means the beta might be here. You're about to hurry down the stairs when you hear a car pull into the driveway. It looks like your dad has returned from the grocery store. Oh great, he's beating you to the mail! If you go downstairs to get it, he will likely monopolize hours of your time. You decide to chill out up here for a while until the dust settles. Sometimes you feel like you're trapped in this room. Stuck, if you will, in a sense which possibly borders on the titular. And now your chum is pestering you again. The clockwork of friendship turns ceaselessly, operating the swing lever dealies of harassment in perpetuity. Whatever, the dude can just hold his damn horse. You've put countless man-hours into this assortment of quality titles.
Bar Press, the Caper Havens, Problem Sleuth, and it don't stop.
Ghostbusters 2 MMO RPG.
Little Monsters for the NES.
Larry Anderson, call my bluff.
You decide to consult with the Colonel's bottomless wisdom. Good grief, this thing is huge. You could kill a cat if you dropped it. But to really dig into this hefty book, you'll have to capture log it. You are not sure you're ready to logjam your other artifacts beneath it just yet. What did you just say? You don't want to clog up your... Oh, Jesus. In a momentary lapse of concentration, you accidentally capture log the arms again. You don't think the situation is quite dire enough to go all the way to rancorous, but you still feel the Pestachump client should reflect your mood change in some way. Bully will have to do, you guess. Oh right, you forgot your chum is still pestering you.
Is it there? Please say yes. Maybe you can play with TT, she's been pestering me all day about it. She's macking on me so hard I start to feel embarrassed for her. I mean, not that I can blame her or anything.
Yes, it is understandable because you are really attractive. I am attracted to you.
Thank you.
JK, haha. No, I don't have it yet. My dad has the mail and I guess I have to go get it from him and see if it's there. And I've been busy spending all afternoon shitting around with my stupid Sylladex. It's so frustrating.
What's your modus?
What?
How do you retrieve artifacts from it?
Oh, like one at a time, I guess? And if I put too much in, something falls out.
Stack?
What's yours?
Hash map. My bro taught me a few tricks. He basically knows everything and is awesome.
What the hell is that?
You should probably brush up on your data structures.
I guess.
Did you at least allocate your STRIFE specibus?
No.
You could free up a card for you, plus let you attack stuff whenever things get too hot to handle. Which is never. What have you got?
Well, I got a hammer, but it's trapped under some arms.
Wow, you really suck at this, don't you? Just get rid of the arms and then allocate the hammer to the specibus.
How?
I don't know, just use the arms on any old thing and see if it works.
You stick the fake arms in the cake on your bed. This definitely makes the cake at least 300% more hilarious. You're sure Colonel Saska would know the precise index of elevated hilarity. You check the back of your STRIFE specibus for the kind abstratus you have in mind for it. Your STRIFE specibus has been allocated with the hammer kind abstratus. The hammer has been moved from your capture log deck to your STRIFE deck. Okay, I did it.
Hammer kind?
Yeah?
Okay, that'll be the permanent allocation for your specibus. I guess I should have mentioned that. Hope you like hammers, dude.
Now that you've got some space in your Sylladex to work with, you figure you might as well start squandering it immediately. Ordinarily, this ridiculous book would be way too heavy to carry around in any practical way. You guess maybe this is one respect in which the cards present some convenience.
Game Bro! Spurb! Why the game of the year or whatever isn't as good as some other stuff I like that's better. So, okay, Spurb is the game that a lot of cats seem hella pumped of. And this beta is sitting on my desk for review. So I'm like, yeah man, I'll write something. But I don't know. I'm like, so this is about houses or some noise? That's fine. I'm sure that's like fucking dynamite in a handbag for some brosifs. But all I'm saying is, when do you get to thrash anything? While you're playing house or some shit, are you ever in jeopardy of getting mud on your doll's dress or whatever from busting out, and I quote, the mad stunts of wicked up-ins? Know what I'm saying, bro-yo-ma? I didn't actually play this game, but I gave it a 1.5 hats out of 5 hats to keep it real. At this point, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Dennis, who was over the other day. We were gonna chill out in front of the Dark Knight, and he was so psyched of it, y'all. So this one time, he was leaning against the screen door, and the shit popped open, and the back deck was wet, and he slipped down the steps and broke his thumb on the lawn. It wasn't a long fall, but hey, I guess a thumb bone wasn't made for supporting the brunt of a huge useless tool against wet grass. We never did watch The Dark Knight, on account of Ron trucking his ball and candy-ass Gurf to the hospital. But it's cool, I've still got another watch in me. Bratel Rwanda? Bro notes, Dennis was so wasted. I mean, damn!
It might come in handy if you need something that burns easily. You expend your final card on the Magician's Hat. You don't have a free card in your Sylladex. However, you are able to merge the Beaglepuss with the Magician's Hat to create a clever disguise. John? Who is this John you speak of? You are quite certain there has never been, nor will ever be... Yeah, this is a pretty shitty disguise. While you are wearing items, they remain on the card, but it is temporarily removed from the deck, thus freeing up the cards beneath it. You exit into the hallway. On one wall hangs a picture of a fella who sure knows how to have a laugh. A man after your own heart. You always thought he looked a lot like Michael Cera, but your dad swears on the many hallowed tombs of Egypt that it is not. You're not sure about that though. On the other wall is one of your dad's stupid clowns, or harlequins, as he is quick to correct anyone who would venture such a brazen assumption. The accursed odor of fresh baking wafts into your newfound nostrils. Something is brewing in the kitchen. It must be the connivings of your arch-nemesis, Betty Crocker, and the rich buttery aroma of her plot stinks to high heaven. This mission is going to be more difficult than you imagined. You check out the shelves of fanciful harlequins. Look at this fucking garbage. You hate this stuff. Funny is funny, but your dad can be a real cornball. Sometimes at night, you pray for burglars. A bright orange flame flickers in the fireplace. It doesn't matter that it's April and not terribly chilly outside. In our home, a fireplace needs a fire, because that's what a fireplace is for. A fire belongs in a fireplace, damn it, categorically, at all times, without exception! As domestic myths of unaccountable origins hold, a home borrows the spirit of flame for as long as it makes a guest of it, as much as the moon takes liberties with the sun's rays. The moon's an ardent thief, and her pale fire she snatches from the sun. Mark Twain. You are almost certain Mark Twain said that. It doesn't burn as quickly as you hoped. Each Game Bro magazine is guaranteed to be printed on 40% recycled asbestos. For big ups to Mother Earth, yo. You examine the sacred urn containing your departed Nana's ashes. When your father gives her portrait a wistful glance now and then, you can tell it brings back painful memories. A tall bookshelf, a ladder, and unabridged Colonel Saska's. He never wants to talk about it. You clumsily mishandle the sacred urn. Ash is everywhere. In retrospect, upon mulling cinematic tropes regarding ash-filled urns, this outcome was a virtual certainty. You'd probably better clean it up before Dad finds it. You think now would be a good time to beef up your clever disguise. Contemplating what could be inside this package is sort of exciting, but it makes you a little nervous at the same time. Oh, hell no. First, you prop the Harlequin doll on the couch. Having it in the middle of the floor, sprawled out all akimbo like that, struck you as unseemly. You capture log the ashes to your available card. You merge the sacred urn with the ashes. Most of the ashes back in the urn, but it's a total mess. Really, it probably would have been tidier if you just used a broom and dustpan. No one will be the wiser. Except maybe for people with eyes. You just got another brilliant idea for something to do with those pointless arms. You pry them out of the cake and capture log them again. Looks like Pester Chum is acting up again. Another one of your chums is messaging you. I understand you've recently come into possession of the beta release of the Game of the Year as featured in respectable periodicals such as Game Pro magazine.
That's an ugly rumor. Whoever told you that is a filthy liar, and you should probably stop hitting on him all the time or whatever.
I can't control myself. I must have a weakness for insufferable pricks.
Anyway, I still haven't checked the mail. My dad has it. I'm trying to go get it from him, so be right back.
John?
What?
You're wearing one of your disguises now, aren't you? You're typing to me right now while wearing something ridiculous.
No? Why would you even think that? So stupid.
Okay, why don't you go get the game from your father?
Alright, wish me luck. Oh, by the way, JK, I was wearing a funny disguise this whole time. Gotcha!
I know, John. You can now execute that brilliant idea you had. There should be just enough frosting on the fake arms to serve as an adequate adhesive. You don't care what Colonel Saska says. That at least makes it 1,000,000% funnier. You put this back in the fire where it belongs. As long as you're cleaning up. You can carry hefty items, but that thing is just way too big. Get real. Besides, you don't even want it. You thought about consulting the text to determine how exactly hilarious the doll is now.
Hell's Bells! We are having a mighty sporting time of it. Held East, my intrepid fellow pranksmith, please merely make the mahogany of our taken chests. If I may direct the incisive ogles of your beetle puss to the wriggling regency of rubber buns, plastic parasites, swarming serpents, and pliable pests, and every such order and filia of creepy crawly, and snakes alive, we are cooking with petrol now. In further exhibits, we shall dwell on the artifacts useful to do your exploits. Is your pappy's rod and drill handy? What about a bit of iron cord? It should improve elusive, bring those driving rascals to life, and set the nerves of some old maid to the neck of Hesperus. Do you have a bothersome aunt who never seems troubled to find ways with your sunny afternoons? A broad splintery fence? A bucket of whitewash, perhaps? By gum, you'll fix her wagon, and water that tawny gent who puts his lackadaisical in a sarsaparilla font. You'll have that listless afternoon find the spring in his step just yet.
This text is way too big to navigate in a timely fashion. You decide to forget it. The door on the left leads to the kitchen, from which the smell of baking wafts, a powerful aroma which could lift an especially portly hobo off his feet. The door on the right leads to the study, where your dad spends a lot of time. He could be in either room. Where will you go? It doesn't look like he's in here right now. On the desk is a deck of playing cards, one of your dad's pipes, the April issue of the Serious Jester magazine, and a stray capture log card. There is also a can of peanuts on the desk. Ha ha! Oh, Dad, you won't be falling for that one again anytime soon. A severe peanut allergy is a terrible affliction to cope with. You swap the magician's hat with the bowler hat. This disguise is somewhat less funny, but a lot more distinguished looking. Your dad maintains numerous pipes around the household. A father without a pipe is like a strapping roughneck without a toothpick. That is to say, he is a rather piss-poor excuse for a rough neck if you ask me! You'd rather not take the pipe though. The first one tastes bad enough as it is. How you suffer for your comedy. Yes! This will be perfect for expanding the space in your cellar. Ah! You play the prankster's favorite card game, even though you are alone in the room, thus rendering it an especially foolish version of solitaire. So stupid! Look at this mess! The peanut gallery over there is sure getting a kick out of it. You are allergic to their scorn. You go back to the living room and contemplate checking the mailbox outside. You think perhaps you should exhaust all possibilities before plunging headlong into a dad encounter. Your television is currently airing a commercial. You exit the house. Predictably, the mailbox is empty. You have already been scooped by your father. The streets are empty. Wind skims the void, keeping neighbors apart, as if grazing the hollow of a cut reed, or say, a plundered mailbox. A familiar note is produced. It's the one Desolation plays to keep its instrument in tune. It is your 13th birthday, and as with all 12 preceding it, something feels missing from your life. The game presently eluding you is only the latest sleight of hand in the repertoire of an unseen riddler, one to engender a sense not of mirth, but of lack. His core schemes are those less of a prankster than a common pickpocket. His riddle is absence itself. It is a mystery dispersing altogether, like the moon's faint reflection. With even one pebble of inquiry dropped in its black well, it is the most diabolical riddle of all. Absence diminishes little passions, and increases great ones, as wind extinguishes candles, and fans a fire. Walt Whitman. Yes, you are certain Walt Whitman said that. 100% positive. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day.
No! No!
The door is locked and your dad has the car keys. You peer through the driver's side window. You don't see any mail, but you do see a green package. There is also something underneath it that looks like a slip of paper. Could these items have come in the mail? You don't see anything else that's usually in the mail, like bills and coupons. Maybe your dad forgot to take the stuff inside. You try to get a gander through the kitchen window, but you can't see a whole lot. It seems your dad has been doing so much baking, the glass has steamed up. God, he is so weird. But you can see what's on the table just beside the window. It looks like the mail is there. Included among it is a red package, some bills, your dad's PDA, and an envelope that appears to be suspiciously labeled with the Spurb logo. Could it be? Unfortunately, the window is locked. You have no other choice. You are going in. Clever disguise, it's time to work your magic. Your dad sees right through your costume. You don't even know what you were thinking with this foolish ruse. You unequip the clever disguise. Your dad wields a dreaded artifact of confection. He stands between you and the mail. There is only one way to settle this. You cannot abscond! This pesky guardian is blocking your path. You will need to engineer some sort of distraction. And now he brandishes yet another artifact of confection! The man is ruthless! You better brace for impact in the most comedically striking fashion possible! The Beagle Aegis absorbs the brunt of the treat. Looks like Dad will enjoy the prankster's gambit on that exchange, as is usually the case. You take the pie tin and unequip the Beagle Puss. Everything in your Silodex is pushed back a card. The smoke pellets are ejected from the deck. Yes! This could be the distraction you were... Nothing happens. What a huge letdown. When two great forces oppose each other, the victory will go to the one that knows how to yield. Oscar Wilde. Wise words by a man who could likely resist everything but temptation. The cake forces Colonel Saska's text out of your Silodex. Saska, you beautiful bastard! Now's your chance! Now that your dad is busy placating the smoke detector, you can safely sneak away. You snag your dad's PDA. Maybe you'll switch the background image to something hilarious as a prank. Besides, it may come in handy later. Your spare capture log card is forced out of the Silodex and consequently integrated with the deck. You now have 5 cards to work with. This red package is addressed to you. You got the Spurb Beta! You capture log the cake on the couch, expelling the pie tin from the bottom card. You then merge the 2 cakes across all 5 cards. Everything in your Silodex is smushed between the cakes. Why don't you think these things through first? You pause at the juncture and head down the hall. You are going to need something to clean up the mess you are about to make by dissecting this cake. To the left is the bathroom. To the right is your dad's room. It is locked and you are forbidden from ever entering. He has secrets. You enter the bathroom. You can see your backyard from the window. The jewel in its crown is the swing set which has provided you with many years of joy. There is also a spring-mounted pogo ride, which has been responsible for more than one painful injury, and has provided you with years of lament. On the sink is your dad's razor. On the rack to the side is a fresh towel. You take the razor and use it to perform surgery on the cake. You take the towel and clean off the extracted goods. The items force the manhandled cake into the toilet. And just like that, your Silodex is full again. God, this thing is annoying. You're not usually into chick flicks, but Matthew McConaughey's cool charisma could salvage any heap of smoldering wreckage. This is your McConaughey wall, a casual shrine to an amazing actor. The film above that one is a lot better than you think.
Can you see it? I want you to picture a little girl. Now imagine she's white.
You got us, Matthew. Your smooth talking exposed our latent racism. Damn, you're good.
Hi, happy birthday, John. Hello. Okay, I will talk to you later.
Hey, Gigi is looking for you. Why are you even so popular all of a sudden? Is today some sort of special occasion or something? Did you do something to curry favor with ladies? Did you break your leg on a puppy or some shit? Dude, what are you doing?
I discovered a comet that's going to destroy Earth and it was named after me. Now I'm famous and everyone wants to talk to me a lot.
No, stop, just no. Don't talk about your awful stupid movies or make references to them. Your gross man-bro crush on Matt McConaughey is an unsavory thing to behold.
McConaughey.
Sounds like a noise a horse would make. It's dumb. Equally dumb are all those pictures of that clown you've got hanging up.
Those are my dad's.
I was talking about Nick Cage.
Oh, what? No, man. Cage is sweet. So sweet.
So lame. You don't even like him ironically or anything. This is like for real, isn't it?
I do things ironically sometimes. What about what I sent you for your birthday?
No, those are awesome.
What? No, they're stupid! Which was the joke? The ironic joke. Get it? Wait. You're actually wearing them, aren't you?
I'm wearing them ironically. Because they're awesome. The fact that they're ironic makes them awesome. And vice versa. Are you taking notes on how to be cool? Jesus, get a fucking pen.
You do realize they touched Stiller's weird, sorta gaunt face at some point.
Ew, yeah. Oh well. Anyway, speaking of which, did you get the mail?
Yeah?
Did there happen to be a package there?
Yeah, there's a big red one.
You should probably open it.
I would, but it's trapped under the SPURB beta, so I should probably open it after I install the beta.
Oh man, the beta came?
Yeah, wanna play?
No way.
Why not?
It sounds so hell's boring. Just get TT to play it. She's all about that.
Where'd she go?
Her internet is blinking in and out, I guess. Probably be back online soon. Oh, and Christ in the sidecar, are you still using the stack modus? Seriously, dude, you need to bone up on your data structures. That shit is just ridiculous.
Okay, I will.
You decide to space out on the computer for a while just before doing anything important. You open up the Typhus web browser and direct it to what is indisputably the most amazing website ever created.
Midnight Crew. You are members of a sinister gang called the Midnight Crew. Your nefarious plots are serpentine in their complexity. Your schemes convoluted. You are planning a heist in your underground hideout. What will you do?
The new adventure is okay, but you're not sure if you like it as much as the last one. You decide it's time for less meta and more better. You insert the CD and install the SPURB beta. What the fuck is this? You go to your closet, where you keep a lot of clothes and an array of handy computer programming guides.
Data structures for assholes! By Buckminster Funny Uncle, I think my rage just crapped its pants! Your ignorance just made me throw up a little! Get a clue, you computer illiterate piece of shit! Free fetch modus in back!
You're not sure you really want to dig into this huge tome? It looks really boring, kinda ornery. Maybe you'll just check out that free modus instead. You turn to the back inside cover, where a free fetch modus is included in a plastic sleeve. This one is dictated by the logic of a queue data structure, operating on a first-in, first-out method rather than a first-in, last-out method of a stack. Items capture logged in your Sylladex are no longer immediately accessible. You can only use the item on the bottom card and must wait for items on the upper cards to be pushed back to it. For instance, the red package is now inaccessible. You can only use the razor at the moment. This modus doesn't strike you as a significant upgrade to your previous one. In fact, it almost seems more inconvenient. You figure you might as well give it a chance though. You suddenly wonder if this is even possible. You don't remember if you ever had a physical card for the stack modus. You find this all to be a little abstract and prefer not to think about it too much. Put it down? I'm not quite sure you understand. You capture log one of the cakes. You finally found a use for all these loitering pastries. Dead weight. The second cake causes the razor to launch out of the front of your Sylladex. Oh good lord, that beautiful face! You wish the razor would have failed to launch! You open your magic chest and capture log one of your favorite books of all time, Wise Guy by Mark Cavaney. There goes the fresh towel. You take the trick handcuffs, expelling the PDA like a bullet. Oh god damn it. You examine the package. It is from one of your internet chums. It's bound in packing tape though. You'll need something sharp to open it. Ah, of course, the razor. It's all so simple. You wonder why you didn't... Let's take this from the top. You take 3 glass shards in quick succession and duck for cover. Your Sylladex rains devastation on your room from above, and now that your cards are packed with glass, you probably don't want to do that again anytime soon. You should probably go get that stuff before you forget. You open the package. There is something suspicious inside. Something suspiciously dirty and smelly. It is a stuffed bunny, much like the one held hostage briefly by Malkovich's Cyrus the Virus, while taunting hard luck protagonist Cameron Poe, and strikingly similar to the one scooped up from the soot of a burning Vegas strip by Cage's Poe and offered to his daughter, a gesture symbolic of a tattered exterior surrounding a heart of gold. Poe wasn't much to look at, but he was a good man. But no, it is not merely like that bunny. According to this note of authenticity, it is the very same bunny! This is so awesome! It looks like your computer is trying to get your attention.
It looks like you managed to retrieve the beta. Excellent. I'm going to try to connect. Whoa, okay, but I just got the most awesome present. The rabbit? So sweet! I've heard tales of this wretched creature often. Its Homeric legend is practically ensconced in the fold of my personal mythology by now. What? Why don't we focus on the matter at hand? Oh, the game! Okay. I don't really know how this works. What am I even looking at here? You are running the client application. I am running the server, so I am the host user. I have established a connection with you. This is sufficient for us to play the game. Oh, okay then. Why don't we get started? Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm just getting a feel for the controls. Is my magic chest on the roof now? Yes. I will try to be more careful next time.
You find your missing stack fetch modus, and quickly reapply it to your Sylladex. You can now opt for either the stack or queue modus anytime. You toggle between your fetch modi with gleeful abandon. It looks like your dad is leaving again for more baking supplies. You're relieved to have the house to yourself again, if only for a few minutes. You hope he doesn't notice the magic chest on the roof. Or the shit you threw out the window for that matter.
Hey, do you think you could do me a favor? Can you grab all the stuff outside my broken window and bring it back in for me? I'll give it a shot. Thanks! No luck. It appears to be out of range. I'm guessing it's too far away from you, the player.
You cannot select a player. John abjures the meddlesome cursor. You don't know what the heck this does, but it looks neat. It seems expanding the dimensions of your room cost us some build grist, but deploying the lathe did not appear to incur any expense. It looks like certain objects are freebies, probably to help you set up the game.
Okay, wow. What do they do?
I think it's up to you to find out. All I can do is drop stuff in your house and move it around, apparently.
How do I move stuff around? It sounds fun.
I don't think you can as the client. You will need to install the server application. You should have received both in separate envelopes. I'm running both on my computer right now.
What?
Did you get another envelope in the mail?
No.
Once you install the server and establish a connection, I'm sure you will be able to manipulate my environment in the same manner. Are you sure you didn't get it?
Oh man. I think I might know where it is.
Now that your room is bigger, why don't you move to the far corner? It will extend the range of the cursor and I can reach the items, which you threw out the window for some reason.
Good idea.
What have you been doing in here all afternoon anyways?
I've been fussing around with my Sylladex, but I think I have it under control now. What modus do you use?
I like to use trees.
Oh no, that sounds so awkward.
It is not exceptionally practical, but I think they are elegant.
Why is the floor shaking? Are you dropping more stuff in my house?
Yes, 2 more large gizmos.
Sweet! What is with all these big contraptions?
If I had to guess, they appear to facilitate a sort of system involving punch card-based alchemy.
Huh? To what end? I mean, what are we supposed to be doing in this game?
That remains to be seen. Maybe you should go investigate. You grab the PDA, switching back to stack modus so it is readily accessible. The interface is oddly sterile, no hilarious clown wallpapers or anything like that. Oops, you mean Harlequin wallpapers. The serious business application is open. It seems your dad uses it to keep tabs on various acquaintances. His fellow street performers, maybe?
The following matters have been submitted in a frank and forthright manner for Pipe Fan 413's judicious appraisal. Need counsel on removing coffee from necktie. Incident occurred 45 seconds ago. Beverage essences rapidly settling into fabric. Please elab on incident. Was posturing unevenly to reach for hat on wallpaper. Tip of tie slipped into open mouth of pot. Duration of dunk approx 3 seconds. Photographic documentation of incident. Use ballpoint pen to roll up tip of cloth. Extract pen. Press rolled cloth against ceramic surface, e.g. restroom sink. In future, consider repositioning hat hook and/or coffee pot. Decided to return home for fresh tie. Soiled tie will be laundered immediately upon return.
You guess the performing arts must be serious business after all. This should be useful. Now you can keep tabs on your chums while you wander around the house.
Hey, I'm out on the balcony now. I am messaging you from my dad's PDA.
The one you threw into the yard?
No, I'm telling you. It jumped out of my Silodex like a frightened weasel.
What were you doing with it in the first place? I am not sensing a lot of regard for the personal property of others. Is this how your pent-up frustration with your father manifests itself?
What? No, those were all accidents. Please take your psychobabblery elsewhere, miss.
Your bathroom is a mess. Did you do that too?
Oh man, see, this isn't cool. All this snooping nonsense.
There's a cake in the toilet.
Yes, there is.
I'm tempted to clean it up for you.
Okay, if that'll satisfy your weird OCD complex, then go ahead.
My obsessive-compulsive disorder complex? Can a disorder also be a complex?
In your case, probably.
Sounds complicated.
Anyway, I'm going to have a look at this enormous platformy thing you put on the balcony.
You have no idea what to do with this thing. You can't find any controls for it. Having exhausted all other possibilities, you decide to stand on it. This isn't very cautious of you, actually. It is a clear, sunny day. Nothing out of the ordinary to report. At least, not beyond the walls of your own home.
Whoops. Whoops, what? What was that noise? Is this something I should go investigate?
No, I have it under control. You can keep playing with your telescope. I think I can patch it up. Just give me a little space. Why don't you go have a look at the Cruxtruder?
What?
The thing I put in your living room. You jump down to the utility room. You take the sledgehammer and capture log card, combine the two, and quickly apply it to your STRIFE specibus. You think it's cool that things don't always have to be a federal fucking issue. It looks like one of your chums is pestering you on your PDA.
John, did you get my package?
Oh, hey! No, not yet.
Darn, are you sure? It was in a green box.
Oh! Yes, but it's in my dad's car and he's still out of the store. He should be back soon.
Great! So what are you up to today?
I am up to my neck in this Spurb stuff. TT is making a royal mess of my house.
Well, what's Spurb?
Oh, it is this game. It's okay, I guess. I'm still figuring it out.
Whoa, what was that?
What was what?
There was a loud noise outside my house. It sounded like an explosion.
Wow, really?
I will go outside and look.
Oh man, alright, but be careful, okay?
I will.
Oh hell no, you put this thing in front of the door?
There's a door there?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I just thought it fit nicely into that groove.
You mean you thought it was elegant? Okay, what do I do with this thing? Hello? What are you doing up there now?
Oh, fuck. When you turn the wheel, something seems to be pushing up from underneath the lid, but you aren't strong enough to make the lid come off. On the tub's journey to the driveway, the connection is interrupted.
You can see me, right? Tell me what's wrong with this picture.
Sorry, I keep losing the wireless signal. Must be the weather. I would look for a stronger signal in another part of the house, but I'd rather not risk an encounter with my mother. I battled through a cloud of gin and derision once already this evening.
Haha, yeah, I hear you.
Yes, cake, gestures, unflattering love and support. Quite a road to hoe there, though I suppose I'm complicit for not informing social services about your situation.
I know! What about going outside? Maybe you could catch a neighbor's signal.
That presents the same problem. Also, it's raining, remember? And dark.
It's dark already?
Yes, the sun has already had its way with us here on the East Coast. Its lurid glare has moved on to younger time zones.
Okay.
Need some help?
What is this thing? What's that clock counting down to?
I've been looking at the game FAQ walkthroughs to figure some of this stuff out. Hold on while I read further.
Okay.
All of these walkthroughs are extremely short. None progress much further past this point.
Weird. Well, I mean, it is a new game.
True. Now that the lid is off, you will need to extrude some Cruxite. You extrude 1 Cruxite dowel. I feel like we should be hurrying. That countdown is making me nervous. John? Oh, your PDA is trapped under the Cruxite now, isn't it? Anyway, it looks like you're gonna need this card too. A shard of glass is expelled from the deck and maims the Harlequin doll. You take 2 fanciful Harlequins. More glass shrapnel flies from the deck. The additional useless freight pushes your PDA to the last card. You then switch to the Q motor so you can access the PDA.
This thing keeps following me around? I think it's trying to talk to me or something.
That is probably the Kernelsprite. It apparently needs to be prototyped? Twice, actually. Whatever the hell that means. These walkthroughs are horrendously written.
Okay. Well, you're the one with the cursor, so just do whatever you think is the right thing to do. Also fix my bathroom.
The Kernelsprite has been prototyped with the Harlequin doll.
I still can't understand this thing's gobbledygook.
That was only Tier 1 prototyping. There is still another tier to the prototyping process, which for all we know merely advances this entity through increasing the esoteric states of linguistics.
The clock is ticking. We don't have time for this asinine tomfoolery.
This unmitigated poppycock?
Extravagant hogwash! Okay, stop. Stop typing whatever silly thing you're typing. I'm going upstairs to the big platformy thing.
The Alchemeter? Try to learn the lingo? There is no slot for a card anywhere to be found on the Alchemeter. The Kernelsprite followed you upstairs. Acquiring the Cruxite Dowel seems to have populated the Athenium with one item, a perfectly generic object. You snatch the telescope from its tripod. Who knows? It might be useful. But more importantly, it pushes the Cruxite to the last card, making it available for tinkering. The PDA is predictably jettisoned into the yard, over the neighbor's fence. You place the Cruxite down on the Alchemeter's small platform. Something is happening. You set the Alchemeter to cast 3 perfectly generic objects, for some reason, expending a total of 6 units of build grist. These things look completely useless. What a waste. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice something in the sky. You switch back to stack modus and get a closer look with your telescope. Whatever it is, the Kernelsprite seems particularly agitated about it. You're no astronomer, but its trajectory looks suspiciously head-on with your current perspective. This is a troubling development. You figure you've left him hanging long enough. It is tempting because they strongly resemble rock and blue raspberry gushers. However, units of build grist are a gaming abstraction and do not seem to exist on the physical plane. There is apparently no crisis so imminent that will deter you from contemplating idiotic and frivolous actions.
Your dad is getting home. John, what did you do with your PDA this time? I'm working on the bathroom, but we're running low on build grist.
Two chums have been trying to message you. I'm working on the bathroom, but we're running low on build grist.
Oh man, who cares about the bathroom? There's a meteor heading for my house!
I see. Do you suppose it has anything to do with the game?
I don't know. Maybe. What do I do?
I think it's very likely. The walkthroughs vaguely suggest an impending threat before they end. The already poorly constructed sentences become even more curt and ambiguous, as if written hastily and with a sense of alarm. Actually, their dedication to updating the walkthrough under such circumstances is admirable.
Wow! Fascinating!
What?
If the meteor is a game construct, I think the only thing to do is proceed and try to solve the dilemma on the game's terms. Try using the lathe. It says you can use a card on it, but isn't more specific than that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Really, it is a labor to read this drivel. If I read any more, my brain will need to be spoon-fed from a jar, while it blows spit bubbles in a high chair. I think I will write my own walkthrough. That is, after we make sure you don't die.
I heard you got the box. I hope you appreciate my heroic fatherly perseverance in getting it to you, in my rough and tumble, dirty, wife-beaterly sort of way. Also, I hope you appreciate how many no-talented douches had their mitts on that bunny before you. It's like a grubby baton in some huge douchebag marathon. Oh hey, where are you?
Oh man, that bunny was awesome, but I don't have time to talk. I'm playing Spurb, and it's kind of a nightmare. TT is breaking everything in my house.
Dude, I told you to steer clear of that game. And for that matter, you should probably wash your hands of flighty broads and their snarky horseshit altogether.
And now there's a meteor coming. I'm not even joking about that. It's like a big asteroid or comet or something. In the sky, heading right for my house.
Oh man, how big is it?
I don't know. Big, I guess. I gotta go. We'll talk later if I'm still alive and the Earth isn't blown up.
Like the size of Texas or just Rhode Island? We're always throwing around these geographical comparisons to give us a sense of scale like it really means anything to us. But it's like it doesn't matter, it's always just like, wow, that's pretty fucking big. It's like, Mr. President, there's a meteor coming, sir. Oh yeah? How big is it? It's like the size of Texas, sir. Oh shit! Or, how big is it? It's like the size of New York City, sir. Oh shit! Sir, I'm afraid the comet is the size of your mom's dick. Oh, snap! Sir, are you familiar with Jupiter? You mean like the planet? Yeah. Well, it's that big, sir. That sounds pretty big. I have a question. Is it Jupiter? Yes, sir. The Earth is literally under siege by planet fucking Jupiter. Oh, shit! Anyway, later.
You slip the pre-punched card into a slot on the totem lathe. Above, the tool arm deploys a configuration of chisels. Now you just need something to lathe. Cursing your lack of foresight, you return to the balcony for the crookside dowel you left on the pedestal. You navigate the hallway, leery of your dad, who is presently puzzling over the new fixture in his hallway. The perfect crime. You retrieve the crookside dowel. Dad just shrugs and heads back downstairs, presumably to do some more baking. If only he knew you were hard at work saving his ass. You clamp the crookside in the lathe. The lathe carves one totem. You take the totem. Alright, I used the lathe to make this blue shapey thing. I guess I take it back to the Alchemixer again? Hello? A young lady stands in her bedroom due to a violent storm. Her house has just lost power, along with the wireless internet connection. This has severed her link to a popular video game she was playing with a young man at a critical moment. That young man is relying on this young lady to re-establish a connection, somehow. This young lady named... it's on the tip of your tongue. What was the name of this young lady again? No, that wasn't it. Your name is Rose. As previously mentioned, you are without electricity. Though your laptop computer still functions on battery power, you have a variety of interests. You have a passion for rather obscure literature. You enjoy creative writing and are somewhat secretive about it. You have a fondness for the beastly, strange, and fictitious, and sometimes dabble in psychoanalysis. You also like to knit, and your room is a bit of a mess. And, on occasion, if just the right one strikes your fancy, you like to play video games with your friends. What will you do? The purple package's contents are private. No one is allowed to look inside. What a terrible idea. The thought alone makes you sick to your stomach. You would only resort to such embarrassing activity while no one was watching. These journals are for your eyes only. You capture log the violin, storing it in the root card of your Silodex. You waste approximately 40 seconds playing the violin while your friend is in peril. Nice time management skills there, sweetheart. Since your good-for-nothing friend is obviously not going to bail you out in time, you issue words of parting fondness to dear, sweet Liv. Oh, if only Affleck could have been the one to make the final sacrifice instead of her stubborn blue-collar salt-of-the-earth father, then she would fall into your arms for consolation, and you would be the one to make the deceased Bruce Willis proud. You get the knitting bag. It occupies the left leaf card under the violin, per the Tree Modus's alphabetical sorting method. Your panoramic window offers a view of your yard below, and the mausoleum housing your dead cat Jaspers, who died when you were young. Your mum had the structure erected with a spirit of scornful irony in response to your youthfully innocent request to hold a funeral for the animal. At least, that is how you've come to interpret the gesture in retrospect. You can also make out silhouettes of the laboratory next door, a facility which likely broadcasts a strong wireless internet signal. You may be able to connect to the signal from a different part of the house, perhaps if you seek higher ground. You take your laptop and prepare to make the journey through the house. This causes the tree to be unbalanced, so your Siladex auto-balances itself. Now the laptop occupies the root card, while the other two items comprise the leaves. This book is absolutely indispensable for enthusiasts of your ilk, of which there are very few. You take the grimoire. You leave your bedroom. Hanging just next to your door in the hallway is a painting of an exquisite wizard. Your mother collects these awful things ironically. She must know how much you detest them, and there is no doubt in your mind she stores these dreadful things in the house to bother you. Down the hall to the right is the way to the observatory. Perhaps you will be able to connect from up there. Your mother's room is also in that direction. You'll have to watch your step. You approach a juncture in the hallway. Beyond the juncture is the observatory. This door leads up to the observatory. You haven't ventured up there in quite some time. The door opens to an exterior hallway, leading to the observatory entrance. You've seen less inclement weather before. Oh, the things you'll do to help out a friend. You first put your laptop down on the floor to get it situated, but removing it from the root card causes all the branches and leaves to be severed. Your items are dumped unceremoniously on the floor. You're in a hurry, sure, but that doesn't mean you can't take a moment to peek through the huge telescope. You find a gap in the clouds. It seems a flurry of smaller meteoroids is streaking steadily overhead. You're not sure what this means, but it is somewhat disconcerting. You'll need every advantage you can get. There are several signals being broadcasted from the laboratory, each of relatively decent strength. One of them is mysteriously and quite conveniently unsecured, requiring no password. You select the signal and reconnect to the game with John. I'm back.
Hurry up and open my door! Not that it even matters. I think I'm probably dead no matter what.
Patience, you still haven't used the new totem.
What?
I believe it will create the item on the punch card.
So what is it, like an apple or something? What good will that even do?
We'll see. I found no evidence that anyone has successfully created the item, and the content of the card appears to be variable from session to session. In one instance, it was described as an eggy locken fing sick.
Do we have one of those building jewels to make it?
According to the Aphonym, it is a free item, This speaks to its importance in my view. Now off you go. There goes the rest of your build, Grist. You probably should have just done this in the first place. Gotta get those stupid blocks out of the way first. The Kernelsprite is getting awfully worked up about all this. You store the perfectly generic objects in your Frenalia registry, potentially to be deployed at a later time.